You are listening to Larry Conners, USA.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
This is Larry Conners USA. Larry Conners USA.
I woke up this morning, got myself a gun. Mama always said I'd be the chosen one.
There was nothing that I or anyone else saw that indicated a collapse of this Army and this government in 11 days. There's plenty of time to do AARs and key lessons learned and to delve into these questions with great detail. But right now is not that time. Right now, we have to focus on this mission because we have soldiers at risk. And we also have American citizens and Afghans who supported us for 20 years, also at risk. This is personal, and we're going to get them out. And we in uniform have a deep commitment to this mission.
Well, yes, the men and women in uniform, those on the front line, those who know what they're doing, they are committed to this mission. That's to get Americans out of Afghanistan, to try to correct the debacle that happened with Biden's sudden... Oh, let's go now. This August 19th, 2021. That's General Mark Milley addressing reporters and saying, hey, we got plenty of time to reevaluate what went wrong. We'll sit down, we'll go through it, we'll do our little checklist. This was wrong. Don't do that again. This was a good idea. Put a star beside that. Over here, we didn't like that part over here. Don't do that part. Over here, put the star. I like that one. And for those of you who got the star, you're going to get ice cream and cake. The rest of you, we're going to throw you to the hounds of the media. Which, by the way, the media, the honeymoon for Joe Biden is clearly over. When the state-controlled media turns and bites his hand, he can feed them what they want, and they're still going to bite him. It's pretty clear that this Afghanistan thing is a total mess, but more importantly and a bigger concern, which I will agree with Mark Milley, General Milley on that, the immediate concern is Americans who are still there. Now, President Biden is saying, by his estimation, there are 15,000 Americans stuck in Afghanistan. 15,000. That doesn't say they're all in Kabul. We don't know really where they are. Now, the Pentagon had estimated 6,000 to 8,000, maybe 10, actually inside Kabul. But they can't get to the airport because the Taliban has surrounded it. And yet we're told the State Department sent out a warning and a notice yesterday to Americans in Afghanistan, shelter, stay in place. We don't have any guarantee for your safety yet. But they apparently are going to allow or encourage the Taliban, will you give us safe passage? Will you please give us some safe passage for our people? And the Taliban is apparently going door to door knocking, hello, this is your Taliban, your Uber driver to the airport. Are you ready to go? Do you want to get in that car? And General Austin has conceded we don't really have a plan to move that many people. We got a lot to break down in that and a lot of questions. And late Senator McCain had pointed out one of the members of the Biden cabinet now when he was up during the Obama administration. He said this guy is dangerous. And what he would do with Afghanistan would be more dangerous. Well, that very guy that McCain spoke out against when he was a senator is one of the chief principal deciding officers on the cabinet at this point. We're going to get into that in more detail. And, of course, yesterday, President Biden trying to spin away from COVID. Spin away from Afghanistan. Let's talk about COVID. And he's quickly pushing the CDC plan for a booster shot. Here we go.
Some politicians are trying to turn public safety measures, that is children wearing masks in school, into political disputes for their own political gain. Some are even trying to take power away from local educators by banning masks in school. They're setting a dangerous tone. The intimidation and the threats we're seeing across the country are wrong. They're unacceptable. And I've said before, this isn't about politics. It's about keeping our children safe.
Right. And it's still about politics. And Don Lemon Fruitcake of CNN will make that very clear a little bit later. The science is not medical science, but political science. And we're also going to be joined by Gordon G. Chain, China expert, on how Afghanistan is watching this happen. And by the way, President Biden says, we don't really have anybody killed in Afghanistan yet. Lock and load, ready on the right.
You can hear podcasts of this program at Larry Connors USA Facebook. Larry Connors USA Facebook.